Hello, this is Pastor Jim Schreiner coming to you again today. Boy, I tell you what, the ability to do this on Periscope has just been so amazing to me. The people that we can reach, the lives that we can touch, which ultimately that's what this is about. I want to help you. You know, I mentioned last time that I'm looking for suggestions of things that you'd like me to teach about. I'm just going to do 5 minutes each week. And, the truth is, it doesn't matter where I am, I can do this around the world. God has opened so many doors to us that I can't say that I never imagined, because I always knew we'd be doing what we're doing now. But beloved, there's so much that needs to be accomplished in the kingdom of God. And we need to get to the place that we're not satisfied with what we've done. There's always more that can be done. Now, I'm not talking about being motivated by anything but fulfilling the will of God for your life. I talked about that last time, that we need to understand what the will of God is. That's the greatest tool in managing your time, is doing the things that God has called you to do, to being faithful to what He's called you to do and what He's called you to be. And so I want to deal with some things today, just some practical areas of time management. You know, one of the things, I used to work for Pepsi-Cola many, many years ago before I got in the ministry, and I was having a difficult time juggling everything, because I wasn't just a salesman. I also helped with running sales numbers for the general manager of the plant, and I was still doing that. I was still helping somewhat in the production area, not much, but every so often, and I had all these different things going on. And I remember my boss at the time, he took me into his office and he said, "Jim, I'm going to tell you something." He said, "Your problem is you try to keep too many things in your head. You try to think about them all the time." And he says, "You're not getting anything accomplished." So he said, "I bought you something." I'll never forget it. He went to the store and bought this cheap little pad of paper that hooked on the windshield of my car. He said, "I want to teach you something about learning to manage your time." He said, "When you think about something that you need to accomplish, something that you need to do, write it down. Then don't think about it again until it needs to be taken care of." He said, "You're trying to remember everything. You're trying to do everything. You're trying to keep it all in your head." And he said, "Stop doing that. You're making this more difficult than it needs to be." Now, I'm a list maker. I have a checklist every day. Now, different people do it different ways. My wife does everything on paper. I do everything electronically. But if something comes to me, the Bible lets us know in 1 Corinthians chapter 14 and verse number 40, God says, "Let all things be done decently and in order." Now, I understand he's talking about the service. He's talking about the church service, but that's also a truth that we can apply to our managing of our time. Let it be done decently and in order. When you think of something that you need to accomplish, write it down. If you carry a smartphone, put it in your smartphone with the date that you want to deal with it, and also the date that it has to be done. Those are two important dates to learn when you're organizing your time. Number one, when you want to accomplish it, or when you want to start on the task. Let me say it that way. And secondly, you need to write down the day that it has to be accomplished. Now, what I want to deal with the next time that we get together is learning how to prioritize what you're doing. Because many people, they get so caught up in the little things of the day-to-day stuff that they don't get the big things taken care of. And so we need to learn to prioritize. But I want to really instill that in you today, how vital it is to learn how to make a to-do list. You say, "Pastor, that's simple." It is simple. It is so simple, so many people never do it. And you get to the end of the day, the end of a week, and you can't see anything that you've accomplished. I love being able to go back the end of the day and look and see what I've accomplished. And with my electronic to-do list, what I didn't get accomplished today automatically gets moved to the next day and gets moved up in priority. See, we're here to do as much as we can for the kingdom of God. That's the bottom line in all of this. I want to help you. I don't take condemnation in this. "Oh, Pastor, I'm so unorganized. You don't understand, I have kids." Number one, you got to stop making excuses and start making changes. I encourage you, do what the word says. Let it be done decently and in order. I look forward to being with you again next time when we're talking some more time management tools.